In today's video, we are going to be doing a what sold and sharing with you a tool that every reseller should be utilizing. I'm Shay, I'm a full-time reseller.
I'm Tyler, part-time reseller.
And before we get into all of the sales that we've had for the past week, you have a t-shirt?
I do have a shirt. It's kind of perfect. And also, if you're from Boston, you immediately know what it is. It's package store. Where's the packy?
But it's not about packages, right?
It's not about packages. The shirt is about liquor, but this video is about packages. So I thought it was
double entendre.
Yeah.
Let's give him props. Okay, so we are going to go through Poshmark sales first and then eBay sales. Do we have any Macari in this one?
We do have a couple Macari, actually.
Whoa. So Macari's coming in hot. So this is going to be 1 week of sales and only going to be the highlights, the good things, right? Okay, so starting off with a really big one, and these are in no particular order, so this is just what's on the list. We sold a Prada blazer on Poshmark for $165. Obviously, I mean, I don't have to say, but Prada does really well for us. I think that goes without saying.
I think that's a universal experience for most people that find Prada.
Yes, but if you are not looking in the blazer section, specifically the men's blazer section in the store, you absolutely should be. I don't have a lot of knowledge in this category. I get all of my knowledge from Thrift of Life. If you're not following him, you should be. But we go and we look for things that say Loro Piana fabric or Prada, Burberry, you know, the big brands. I'm sure there's more to be looking for, but this is an under-looked at category. And yeah, we found 2 Prada blazers at the same place in the same section. So, I mean, you can't go wrong.
We go quite often now, and it seems like every time we either find Burberry, Prada, Loro Piana, something that is worth it. You're going to find something that is worth $100. Oftentimes, is in our experience, like it's a sleeper rate category.
Yes. The next one here is, I'm going to let you say it because he's going to mock me.
It's Carhartt, and it's flame-resistant workwear from them.
Yes.
So we've noticed that with Carhartt and with workwear in general, that you're looking for the specialty fabrics. So you're looking for the flame-resistant. You're looking for the water-resistant, or the grease-resistant, if that's a thing. I don't know if it's a thing. It might be. But those things will drive a higher price. People are looking for them. It's a staple item if you work in a job that you have the risk of being exposed to flame or to water. You're going to be wanting those things for the job, and you can't live without them. You're going to buy them regardless of the market, regardless of anything. You're going to have to buy work clothes.
Yes, and this sold for $34 on Poshmark. The next one, I literally put it in here because I'm shocked. So these were frame jeans. We have honestly not great luck with frame. We've had random sales that have been really decent, like this one, which was $48 on Poshmark, but for the most part, frame doesn't do that great for us. So what I will say is if you're picking up frame, look up the style before you pick it up, because I will tell you the majority of the styles sit and they don't sell for a lot of money, but there are a few styles in there that are doing really, really well. So you want to make sure that you're picking that up. You'll see on the side here the style name of this frame jean, and keep note of it because it sold for $48, but just remember frame is...
It's hit or miss. It really is style dependent, it's size dependent, and what the condition is. It's very finicky as a brand, as we found.
Yes. So this next one, I'm going to let him take entirely because he knows everything about it and I know nothing about it. But I did source it on my own, so that gets me points, right?
Yes. So this is a dirndl, which is the attire for a woman that is attending Oktoberfest in Bavaria. So it's the image that you have of a German beer garden serving girl, basically.
Now, you've attended Oktoberfest.
I have been to Oktoberfest, and it's a great time. 10 out of 10 recommend. I did not wear the lederhosen, which is the male version, but sold, and it's a very seasonal, very, very time-specific item. So if you find it, September, October is the time to sell it, because otherwise it's not going to sell the rest of the year.
And just, if you guys are out there and you're looking, I will be honest with you, this looked very much like a costume that you would get at like a costume store. So I did not think much of it right away. However, the brand tag did say it was made in Germany. Brand was a German word as well, so it made me do a second glance and look it up, even though the quality seemed terrible. And I'm glad I did. This particular buyer wanted to buy just the apron from this, and I said, no, unfortunately, we're going to sell it in a set, and I took the offer that they sent me, because as he said, it's seasonal. I'm not holding on to it, but yeah.
If you hold on to it past October, you're going to be holding on to it till next October, is basically what it comes down to. So the next is a Scotta dress that I picked up, actually.
You did?
It was a gorgeous paint splatter kind of pattern.
Yeah.
And Escada is one of those designers that we struggle with at times.
Yeah, it retails for a ton of money, but it doesn't generally sell for a lot except for random circumstances, which makes us keep buying it. This particular one sold via Trends. Now, we've done a video about Trends. We talk about it every once in a while, but this particular item had been sitting for quite a few months, and a trend came up, and I believe the trend was cowl neck midi dresses, and I just threw this item in there, put in the keywords, all that type of stuff. It had 2 offers on that day from this trend, and it hadn't had any interaction in months.
Yeah, it was sitting for a long time.
Yeah, so if you're not utilizing the Trends section of Poshmark, you should be. Check it every morning. As I've said before, don't source for it, but if you can put some of your items into those categories appropriately, do that.
So the next one is Merrell. These are the barefoot shoes, I believe.
Yes, they're the Vapor Glove Floor barefoot shoes. I don't really have a good reason as to why I bought these. I just know barefoot shoes tend to sell for more money. Do you know anything about this category? I'm very bad with shoes.
So, I mean, I do know the brand Merrell. They're an outdoor hiking kind of brand for the most part. Mm-hmm. And they make some quality sneakers and hiking shoes. I don't have any real experience with that because I've left my hiking days in the past. I used to go hiking quite a bit, but I have stopped because I'm lazy. But no, they're $52 and...
Yeah, so if you see barefoot shoes and also Vibram soles on any kind of athletic shoes, make sure that you're looking them up. I don't have enough knowledge to give you the exact whys and hows of what made this price so good, but we looked it up because it said barefoot and it had a Vibram sole. So make sure you're looking that up, and it sold for $52 on Poshmark.
So the next one. This one you picked up a twofer.
It was a twofer, and we honestly hesitated to pick these up. So this is Spanx. These were new with tags, and they were a little bit pricey at the store, I'm not gonna lie. We have mixed experience with Spanx. So the thing I will say is Assets by Spanx, we mostly leave behind. It's the lower tier line of Spanx, and it doesn't sell for as much. The regular Spanx we will always look up, but the number one Spanx style to not grab is the jeanish leggings. They do sell, but they're selling around $30, and most thrift stores are pricing up Spanx because they recognize it. So I've been leaving that behind. But these were cargo pants, and I was a little bit confused because it kind of seemed like not shapewear.
It's not shapewear. I mean, the cargo pants kind of kill any kind of shape that you're trying to get out of it. I don't understand it, but they were new with tags. They were priced up a little bit. So anything for me, $10 and under, as long as there's no condition issues, it's in the cart to look up at the minimum, if not just an outright buy.
Yes, and Spanx has style numbers on most of their items, so if you could look that up and figure it out, then I would definitely suggest it. These sold for $60 on Poshmark.
All right, next brand that we've talked a lot about on this channel, and we might have a controversial opinion on it. So these are Beta Brand.
Yes, Beta Brand. So we have sung Beta Brand's praises, and Beta Brand has done us well for so long. As you guys know, we are mostly a pants selling business here, but they have been slowing down quite a bit. We have quite a bit of Beta Brands and not a lot of interest, even at 50% off, which is a little bit discouraging.
So yeah, I've seen it slow down. The prices have seemed to come down a little bit, unfortunately. They will still move. I think that it's going to come down to being a little bit more selective for what Beta Brand you're picking up. It's now a second guess what you're picking up versus just an unconditional buy. So you're looking for the interesting patterns. You look for the better sizing that you sell better. You're looking for all of the different things that make it special rather than just buy it on site. Yeah,
and the ones with more pockets seem to fetch a higher price. Yep. Us girls love our pockets. So Beta Brand, like Spanx, has style numbers, so try to look those up before you leave the store because, as I said, they are slowing down, but these sold for $39 on Poshmark. They were a great pattern and they were a great size, but yeah, I mean, they're still selling. They just got to be way more selective.
And the last for Posh is a brand that I don't think a lot of people talk about at all. So we have really great luck with this. It's Sunday.
With 2 U's.
2 U's, so it's Sunday. It's sold for $23, so it's not great, but everything that we've picked up has sold, I think, basically, across the board.
This was just a plain top. We don't sell a lot of tops, but this brand we really like to sell. They sell a lot of like really cute, lightweight dolman style and gauze material, things like that. Just very lightweight, airy type vibe. It's very pretty. I don't know if it's from Revolve or what it's from, but it seems to have a pretty high demand. So if you see it, definitely look it up. It does well for us. It always sells. So I think it's a good buy.
Yeah, a buy across the board. All right, on to Macari. So we've have not one, but two.
In 1 week?
In 1 week.
This is off the charts.
That's record-breaking Macari sales for us right there. So the first one is a brand that we learned from Ginger Marvin. We've sung her praises a lot. It's Camper, and these are shoes. They sold for $40. Now, I do want to mention that you want to be mindful of the soles for Camper specifically. They do suffer from dry rot, like Dansko's and Arch and a couple other brands. So you want to do the bend test. And you want to make sure that there is no cracking or dry rot on the shoes. Anytime we see it, if it's in good condition, it goes in the cart so we can at least make a decision regardless of basically price.
Yeah, now these were heels. I think they were called the Peru style heel. That could be a little bit off, but they seem to do really well. They're really like unique, kind of kitschy type style. So I always look it up and they're really easy to spot. The soles like stand out. So you won't miss them once you see them. But yeah, definitely pick them up if you can. These sold for $40 on Macari.
Now for the thing that is the biggest nightmare you've bought since basically that doll that still is in the house. That's a whole story. So this was a Halloween Horror t-shirt.
Yes.
No. I'm happy. I had to sage the house now that it's gone. Like, it's so happy.
Yes. So this... I don't normally look into men's t-shirts other than to get him t-shirts for the video, just because vintage t-shirts, as much as they're fun to sell, are really competitive around here, and it's really not worth the time that you spend on it. However, certain thrift stores have very small sections, so I can just kind of do it real quick. This one was one of those situations. I went through it to find him a t-shirt, and I spotted this blood-splattered, creepy Halloween Horror Nights shirt, and I had to look it up because I just had to. You know, horror has a following. If you didn't know, now you know. It was Rob Zombie. And I looked it up, and it was selling consistently for between $40 and like $60. And I'm like, oh, we're going into Halloween. I feel like maybe I need to. So I bought it very unhappy. I actually sent him a text and said, I am bringing the creepiest item in the world home. I'm sorry. But yeah, so it sold for $50 on Macari, and
sold
good
fast
riddance.
Too. Sold fast within like a week or two.
Yes, and
Thank
good
God.
riddance.
Yep.
Bye-bye. We don't want to see you again.
All right, and then moving into eBay. So eBay actually this last week has outperformed Posh a little bit.
It has.
So there's more of them here. So the first one is a Disney
Yeah.
Spirit jersey.
Spirit jerseys. If you guys don't know, when you're looking at Disney, the two things we look for are Disney parks and Spirit jerseys. Spirit jerseys, oh my god, so much fun. This one was a Toy Story Spirit jersey. It had clouds all over it, and then on the back was the Toy Story spell out. It was so cute. Honestly, I would have loved to have it in my collection, but it sold for $60 on eBay, and I like money more than I like fashion, so...
Yes, you do. All right, so we're getting into eBay. So we're going to start the conversation about the tool that you need to use. The global shipping program, we said it before, we'll say it again, we'll say it continually and always. Use the global shipping program. It is amazing. It is the highlight of your day whenever you get a global ship item. You just want to know where it's going and kind of the story of why they found your little corner of the internet and decided to make the purchase. It's a great kind of experience, and 10 out of 10 for eBay. The execution on that is fantastic.
Yeah, so if you guys only sell on Poshmark, Macari, Depop, any of those things, and you haven't gotten over to eBay yet, you're missing out on this program. This is the only program that I know of on any of the platforms that sell to so many different countries, and it's opening you up to a huge buyer base. And yes, there are more fees and there's complications, all of that type of stuff, right? Of course, but we are getting more sales because we are opened up to more buyers. Just in this week alone, we have 4 global shipping program sales that we're going to share with you. I know that doesn't sound like a big number, but that is 4 sales that we wouldn't have had otherwise, and they're decent sales. So just...
It's a few $100.
Yeah, so definitely think on it. If you are holding back, global shipping program is worth it, I'm telling you.
So the first item, as part of this, has its own drama.
It
coincidentally. So these are a pair of studded Stuart Weitzman shoes that you put up on TikTok, and you got a lot of backlash and hate for it.
Yes, so I did a TikTok about lowballers. Just, somebody's had sent me an offer for, I think, $25 on this, and I did a cute little TikTok of just like, what do you think I'm going to say to you? The answer is no. It was a Simon Cowell sound. I thought it was being funny. It was actually a really quick thing that I did while I was listing. It was just, something. TikTok was not happy, and they were kind of going for me about the fact that Stuart Weitzman has no resale value.
I wouldn't pay $2, or those are worth whatever the person's willing to spend.
Yes.
It was just, I
got a little roasted. So when this sale came through, karma rained on me. This sold for $70 through the global shipping program, and you bet your butt I did a clapback video, and if you want to see it, you should. It's kind of funny. We're the same name on here as we are on TikTok. We would share it here if we could, but copyright won't allow us to. But it was so funny, and I'm very glad that I did that.
And they spent $70 on the shoes itself, but through the fees, they probably spent north of $110.
Yes.
With their fees, you don't accept the fees because the buyer pays them, but that is something to be mindful for the global shipping program, that the fees that you see and what you're charging are not what the buyer sees on their end.
Yes, and just to give you some insight on Stuart Weitzman, not all Stuart Weitzman are created equal. I would definitely recommend that you only pick up the things that look really trendy or just really unique. The typical like block heel shoes that you see all the time, the older labels, not picking that up. Only things that look really crazy, unique. These were beautiful. There was studding everywhere.
They were just
They were in impeccable
suede
condition. Yeah. They were a newer label, but definitely be very picky with Stuart Weitzman. They have high retail value, but it only holds if it's unique and special.
Next is another global shipping. These are a pair of Lululemon, sold for $30 straight through the global shipping program, and it's the easiest thing in the world to ship those because they go straight to eBay's fulfillment center in Kentucky, and they take care of everything start to finish.
Yes. Now, Lululemon, we've said before and we'll say again, they're hit or miss for us. When they sell great. But if you see the little dot with no style number around it, that means it is older, and sometimes it is not worth as much money. So make sure that you're looking that up. We have a little bit of a hard time because our thrift stores recognize it. So we have to be real careful about what we spend on it. But $30 for these was just fine, and global shipping again. So
another global shipping. Would you look at that?
Oh, my
so
goodness.
These are Aloe Yoga. Sold for $20 through the global shipping again. They were the
Moto leggings.
The Moto leggings, but they had the ribbing and all like the detailing.
Yes. Now, we probably could have gotten more for these. This style actually sells quite well. So if you see the Moto leggings, definitely look them up. Yeah. But we were trying to kind of push sales. We've said before, take bad offers. Definitely do that. We had the room on these to do that, so we did. But yes, the Moto leggings actually are one of the better selling lines of Aloe Yoga. So if you see them, definitely look them up and pick them up.
Next is from our trip out to Western Mass to the place where we lost out on like 6 things that the DVDs were not in them. So this was a item that you found.
This was a PS1 game. We found a sale on a website, which maybe we should talk about that in a future video, but it was a sale that was having $1 CDs and DVDs, and we were like, oh, that sounds great. Let's try that out. We didn't find a ton there, but we did find this game. It was Bushido Blade 2 for PS1. If you didn't know, PS1 games, their value has skyrocketed, and it's definitely worth looking up. Not everything is great money, but a lot of things are. This one, the jewel case was actually snapped, like just didn't even close, but we got a great review on it, so the person was perfectly okay with that, and yeah, it sold for $30, and we paid $1, so that's a great margin.
It sold quick, too. It sold within another week or two.
Yeah.
Right away. Next is going to be another game from the same sale.
Yep.
It's House of the Dead. So I don't know if anyone has ever gone to an arcade, but it's that shooting the zombies game in the arcade, but for a home system. This was for Sega Genesis, I believe.
Yep.
And sold for $30, $29.87, I believe, but $30.
And it was from 1998.
Yes, so that seems to be the divider. Is the PS1 era and earlier is what you're looking for video games. The newer consoles, it's significantly more hit or miss. Moving on, global shipping again.
Yes, and this was great for me because someone has told me I can no longer pick up this brand. But I gotta say, it's a great sale. Is it not?
It sold for $63.94.
Yeah, so the brand is Joseph Ribkoff. I know not a lot of people pick this brand up, and that's probably good. He tells me not to pick it up all the time.
It's
It is the brand from the Miss America pageant. It does sit, but when it sells well. Unfortunately, we also see a lot of returns for this brand. I don't know if maybe people are purchasing it for an event and then sending it back, but that seems to happen quite a bit with this brand.
I think that's the biggest return item brand that you have
Yes.
is Joseph Ribkoff.
Yes, it is, but I can't seem to leave it behind. Also, polka dots are my Achilles heel, so it was just a whole confluence of things. Let's hope this one doesn't come back. So it sold through the global shipping program for $63.64. So let's just hope that is a way to get my husband to let me pick up Joseph Ribkoff again.
All right, moving on. It's Alice and Olivia. So this is a brand that is another temperamental brand for you.
It
High
is.
retail. I'm actually kind of disappointed because a lot of their stuff is very stylish and adorable.
And the retail is crazy. So it's just, I don't really understand why. These particular pants were just pants, right? So they're wide leg pants. I didn't think they were going to sell for a lot when I picked them up, but you know, it's Alice and Olivia and I just like picking up the brand. But they sold for $45. Now I will say that is probably an anomaly. I would not recommend picking up Alice and Olivia pants for more than $5 to $6, maybe $7, because again, this brand does sit even when it's gorgeous and cute. So definitely don't pay up for it, but if you can find it at a cheap price, somebody will buy it. It just will take some time. And then finally
is Grayson.
Yeah, now we mentioned this in our past resale recap video, because we were so happy with this. This is a brand I didn't even recognize. I was actually just kind of going through the shirt section, which I don't do very often, but I was really low on items, so I did that. And this tag stood out to me. It was just a big tag with huge writing, and it just stood out.
Yeah, I think that's a skill that you've perfected a little bit, is where you're getting much better at the material feel and recognizing the higher end tags. And that just comes with a little bit of experience, so good for you.
Oh, thank you.
Don't be afraid to look a little bit foolish and look something up in the store. I mean, it can save you some serious money.
Yes, absolutely.
And totally, it's something that other resellers aren't doing, by and large, and it can pay off huge.
Yeah, now if you're like me and you have anxiety about being seen on your phone, just throw it in the cart and, hide in the toy section or something. It works out every time, don't worry. But this was the hero shirt. It was a black button-up, just regular plain blouse, and it sold for $50 next day on eBay. So definitely worth it. Very happy with that sale.
So that is everything. We did all right, I feel. I mean, it's not everything. We had other things that are not exciting, but no one cares. So, yeah. Global shipping, 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10, a billion out of 10.
Yeah.
Use it, use it, use it.
Yeah, if you take nothing else from this video, make sure you take that away. I want to know how you guys are doing. September is 7 days in. Are you meeting your goals? Let us know all of that in the comments below. We would like to hear from you. But yeah, that is it. We'll be back really soon with a new video.
Thank you so much for watching.